Jai Jagannath friends. Today I will discuss about management efficiency ratios, their types, and how to analyze these ratios. This ratio helps to evaluate the ability of the management to use its assets and manage its liabilities effectively. The most commonly used management ratios are: first one, fixed asset turnover ratio; second, working capital turnover ratio; third, total assets turnover ratio; fourth one, inventory turnover ratio; fifth one, inventory number of days; sixth, receivable turnover ratio; and the last one, days of sales outstanding. So let's discuss one by one. First, fixed asset turnover ratio. The fixed assets turnover ratio is the ratio of net sales to the fixed assets of the company. It is used to measure the operating performance of the company. That means how efficient a company is producing sales with its machines and equipments. And mathematical formula is net sales divided by average net fixed assets. Then how to analyze fixed asset turnover ratio? A higher fixed asset turnover ratio indicates that a company has more effectively utilized investment in fixed assets to generate revenues. Second one, working capital turnover ratio. First, what is working capital? It is the capital required by a company to run its day-to-day operations. Working capital normally calculated current assets minus current liabilities. A positive working capital is considered working capital surplus, and it indicates that a company can easily manage its day-to-day operations. However, negative value considered to be working capital deficit and indicated the company needs a working capital loan to manage its day-to-day operations. This ratio indicates the company effectiveness in using working capital. So the mathematical formula is net sales divided by average working capital, where average working capital equal to working capital at the beginning plus working capital at the end whole divided by 2. Then how to analyze working capital turnover ratio? A high working capital turnover ratio indicates the management is being extremely efficient by using its short-term assets and liabilities to support sales. A low working capital turnover ratio indicates that a company invests high amounts in purchasing its inventory and also increase its accounts receivable to support its sales. Ultimately, higher inventory becomes obsolete and higher receivables becomes bad debt. The third ratio is total assets turnover ratio. This ratio is used to measure how efficiently a company can use its assets to generate sales. The total assets turnover ratio is the ratio of net sales to the total assets of the company. Here, total assets includes both current and fixed assets. And the mathematical formula is net sales divided by average total assets. Then how to analyze total assets turnover ratio? A company with a high assets turnover ratio operates more efficiently as compared to a lower ratio. Then fourth one, inventory turnover ratio. This ratio helps to analyze how popular the product of the companies are. Inventory turnover ratio is the ratio of cost of goods sales to the average inventory. Then how to analyze? A high inventory turnover ratio indicates a better understanding that the company products are really popular. Then fifth one, inventory number of days. This ratio tells us about how much time the company takes to convert its inventory into cash. Inventory number of days equal to 365 divided by inventory turnover ratio. Then how to analyze this ratio? A lower number indicates that the company's products are fast moving and popular, and it's a good sign. On the other hand, a higher turnover ratio indicates that a company has limited production capacity due to shortage of either raw material or funds. Then, then sixth one, receivable turnover ratio. This ratio indicates how many times the company receives money from its debtors within a given period of time. The receivable turnover ratio is the ratio of net sales to the average accounts receivable. The mathematical formula is net sales divided by average accounts receivable. Then how to analyze this ratio? A higher the ratio is better because it indicates the company collects cash more frequently. Then the last one, days of sales outstanding. It is also called the average collection period. It is the average cash collection period of the company. That is the time lag between the billing and collection. The mathematical formula is 365 divided by accounts receivable turnover ratio. Then how to analyze this ratio? The lesser the number of days, it is better because as quicker the cash collected from its debtors, faster the cash can be utilized in other activities. On the other hand, a higher number indicates that customers are taking much longer time to pay their bills. So friends, these are all about management efficiency ratios. So please like, share and subscribe.